inside my mind, a message falling from the sky, and a revelation of the moon. It's all about you. You're the one who stays and never goes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Ooh, baby, it's hot out here today. My name is Richard, and this is Thing and Anything, and let's get right into it because what's really puzzling is how much that people are willing to not be informed or allow things to happen that they know are wrong, all in the name of what is I'm trying to figure out. But here we go. So, our government is trying to get all the voting rolls from certain counties, anywhere where it's dominant Republican MAGA world, in any county that they can see by how many people voted for him. They're going into those counties and trying to purge their voter rolls so that they can say, and it's going to be a lie because we already know that they already did the research, and these are their people that did the research and said this since 10 people that weren't citizens voted in elections that would have never even made a dent in who won the elections. So they're going to peddle another lie in order to take control of elections and turn America in behind them. It's so ridiculous how people are in this country. And here's another thing they're going to do. They want you to have certain documents to prove who you are. So say if you're a woman and you got married and you took your husband's last name, they're not going to let you vote. If your license says Smith and before you got married, your name was Gordon, no, they're not going to let you. They're not going to let you vote. If you were a man and turned yourself into a woman, and it was so funny. I posted. I was like, "Why is someone on the they call it state regime network or news or whatever." But I go on there to see what they're talking about, to see the lies. I don't listen to the politicians. I want to hear what the talking heads are saying. And so I put on there. I said, "Why are the Republicans calling in Hillary Clinton, when there's only one first lady whose name is in the Epstein files?" Oh, that triggered the MAGA crowd. It's a shame that you're using talking points. I said, no. So talking about a woman triggered you to respond like that, when we all know this country despises women. And if come on, let's be serious. Come on, let's tell the truth. If we had women, more specifically women of color, black women, Latino women, who don't bow down to the supreme leader, and LGBTQ people, that's who we need running this country, because they know how to get things done. And the knucklehead is up there messing with them, talking about no man. Who's playing? I mean, I'm sure it happens, but let the people that's running these sports programs deal with that. That's none of your business. I mean, come on now. I mean, you claim yourself to be so biblical. Let God handle that if it's so wrong. You're going to try to ban somebody from being who they want to be, and then we're going to talk about, corruption in these states, especially Minneapolis. You're corrupt. What are you talking about? And then if your license or your identification was
produced by a university. You can't vote. Students and professors who have their license or their form of identification issued by their university will not be able to vote. That's what they want to do with this Save America Act, whatever they call it. He wanted to save America. He always trying to save something, make something. I thought we were great. I thought he was trying to get great. Oh, this is ridiculous, man. They got so many things going, man. We're supposed to be helping Ukraine. Russia is telling them, Iran, where our strategical places are. And he don't care because they got him. They got him with so many. They got him tied up in so many knots. And dude, we see it. The people that got a brain and want to see it. But and now if you're a professor. So in other words, he wants us dumb. He wants the next generation to be even dumber than this one that's coming up. Of course, we're always going to have the few shining stars, but the majority of the dumb ones are going to be with him. On my last video, I talked about how, the billionaires, they don't need us anymore. They're going to start using robots to do everything. You're going to order some food, and then the Waymo is going to pull up, and the Coco is going to roll out with your food in the little Coco. So keep letting them get away with it. But the reason I know this is because I'm listening to the people that's telling us the truth. Mark Elias, who is a lawyer that's fighting all this stuff, listen to him. Democracy Docket. He's a lawyer, constitutional lawyer for the Democratic Party, and he's filed lawsuits against this dude. He hasn't won yet. Trump filed a lawsuit against him personally. And guess what he wanted to charge him with? Racketeering. This dude he got cojones, man. He got cojones. But you wouldn't know this because nobody on the mainstream is talking about this. That's why I don't listen to them knuckleheads. A few of them I do. I'll listen to Ari Mel because he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. And so he knows, he's not going to get on there and tell you the truth. And plus, a lot of times he breaks it down, like he bringing up this murder, and shoot, they could have to answer for that too. Come on, people, we're gonna let this. That's why I was trying to figure out how was Hitler? Was he smart, dumb, or what? Because if we let the dumbest president we ever had take this country into Soviet Union status. Russia, we're cooked. We're cooked. Now he's got a bunch of people behind the scenes calling the shots, truthfully, because it's your boy back there. My man, what do they call him? If herpes That's what they showed a picture of him. Oh man, these people, man. Are we gonna let the trailer park crowd take over our country? The trash. Really? Everybody knows they got this guy twisted in so many circles. Netanyahu, Putin. And we know why. Because we keep giving them power. And as soon as they want to get rid of it, they're trying to get us off the voting rolls. Because they'll tell you about it. Legal AF too. They're a spinoff from the lawyers that know the law and that tell you the truth. And they sensationalize here on YouTube with these headlines. It's over for Trump. Oh, they turned on him, and everything is still in total chaos. The old nation is World War III. And they tried to tell us. And they said democracy is on the line. And we're so dumb. These people, man, I swear, I used to say 40% of this country is illiterate or, on the verge of just not knowing or not wanting to know or just too caught up in what they want us to be caught up in is these things. and whatnot, and all this technology, AI, which is nothing but a spying tool. If you're still on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, if you're on any of that, get off it, please. And that's what part of what's dividing us, because people can hide behind these keyboards and say anything they want to say. Even the president putting up pictures of people as monkeys. What president does that? That's how much they lie to us from the beginning. Are Native Americans savages? Are black people monkeys? Are Latinos ours? No. These are the lies that they tell us, that they've been filtering and brainwashing people with since the beginning of this daggone country, man. What are y'all talking about? And now really what happened, what had happened, I'm going to tell you. When George Floyd got killed and they started protesting and they thought it was going to be the same old thing, but a few black people out there and they's going to ride down on them fools too. But when you saw they walked less than a football field away from my front door, Broadway, here in Long Beach. Come see me, MAGA. But anyway, they saw that it was white folks. Even they're tired of y'all. That's why it's all going to come to an end. They saw it was all white folks mostly. I saw that. I saw it straight up, close up. Even Orange County had protests. Now, I don't know what kind of protests they were having down there, but I was driving through there and the streets were blocked off. And I stopped and asked the guy, the police guy standing there. I said, well, how are the streets blocked? He said, the protests. I'm like, Orange County? Even they tired of you. If you know Cali, Orange County is Trumpville. Or used to be. Even they tired of you. Man, they want you dumb, man. You better get off that social media. AI is a surveillance tool. Let me tell you what else they tried to do. Pressure one of those AI companies into giving them their software so they can spy on us. And he's doing press conferences about we can't let the Democrats because they cheat. He said that about 3 times. Someone fell out the chair. Oh my goodness. This dude is off his rocker, man. He's trying to be Hitler. Yep. Why are we always letting the dumbest people run us into? Please stop picking these celebrities. We need some more public servants. That's what the government is about. Public servants, not billionaires, businessmen. They got businessmen out here trying to become governor, man. Get out of here. I'm going to stop them from coming in and grabbing up our land. How, fool? How are you going to stop Wall Street from coming up in here, grabbing this land and putting up these high? They got them all over right here where I live, all over. This is downtown. They blocking off the streets right now for the Indy race that comes here every year, second biggest race in the country. They talk about California. We're the 4th biggest economy in the world. If you want to talk about it money-wise, why are so many homeless people? Because that's what it is. It's hopelessness in this country. Can't you see? It's a pattern. We don't make anything no more. What do you see on the roads now? Foreign cars, every car on the road. We don't make nothing anymore. That's why. Listen to this one comedian and breaks it down so cold, but people just don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it. It's a pattern. Can't you see it? Everywhere you go is available for lease. A big restaurant right across from me, where I live, went out of business 3 years ago. But, that was behind bad management. But still, it shouldn't. It's a beautiful building. I've ordered food from there a couple of times. It was pretty good. But that's what America's about. Look at the Venezuela 7 years ago. I'm imagining what it's like now. and something needed to change, but not him. How's he gonna? I'm the president of Venezuela. Fool, you not even. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Look at Venezuela. Do some research. Look at Venezuela and talk and listen to these guys that know about war and about espionage. There's this guy that's he knows about these religions, man. We don't know about how these people are. He tells you, he said, man, these Shiites are those are the dudes that are flying planes in the buildings. He said, but the other sect is the greedy ones, the one that want the money. you know, these people that have been over there and were spies. We got a couple of them that come on some of the shows, Nance, and there's a couple of other ones that come on and talk about their experience. And now, since we're in the sense that they had the generals up in Congress today asking them questions, and they slyly, these dudes knew how to talk. It was like, this is our mission. I don't know what he said. My mission. But trying to cover up for another lie that we didn't bomb the school, the girls' school. That was them. That was the and when they looking on the ground and seeing Tomahawk made in the USA. Look, what? Another lie. I guess that's what MAGA likes. They like to be lied to. Wait till you don't want to do something he wants to do. Once just turns into Russia or Venezuela. Trust me, I listened to it. I saw the research that people did and they talk. They had news crews down there talking to the people. People ain't gonna lie. And this dude was full of crap, man. This dude. But he wasn't no major drug dealer because most of our drugs come from either Mexico or Colombia, I guess. Yeah, I think it's due to research I did it, but I know one is Mexico, of course, and the other one I think is Colombia. But they're trying to say it's coming from Venezuela. Venezuela ain't supplying us with no clue. They are. It's so minuscule, and you'll never stop drugs in this country, son. Your son is a drug addict. You got hopelessness in this country, man. Can't you see it all around you? My take is that the major cities are experiencing so much homelessness, joblessness. There's no jobs. The job report just came out. We've seen what it was. They just making up numbers. They lost jobs. There've never been job creators. Never. The right's never been job creators. But, I mean, look at it. We're going more in debt. We don't. The generals told them we don't have the firepower. We're selling all our stuff. He bought in Lockheed and Boeing and all these weapons makers. That's the only people making money. Them and lawyers, because he's investigating everybody that he doesn't like. He's pushing forth these bills and these changes to the Constitution that these at some point. I don't understand why they would allow him to get back in there because he's about to expose everyone that's in this cabal. It's going to come out. The truth is slow. All this conjecture can go down. The truth takes time, okay? And it's coming to a head. And that's part of the reason, in my opinion, why he's everywhere. Cuba, he ready to do something in Cuba. This dude, come on, people. So we're helping Ukraine. We're supposed to be helping Ukraine. We don't really know. Well, the experts say it's because Netanyahu pulled them into this, which he probably did. These dudes, listen to the guys that know about these countries. He think these people are playing three-dimensional chess, and he's just barely playing checkers. listen to these people that study this and that, have been over there, have been in the war, spies and whatnot. They're not scared to talk. It was just one guy I just saw. And you can tell people once you get my age, you can smell BS from from across the country. You can smell BS once you get my age, okay? And I'm not I can't say I'm like foolproof. I get lied to too. But come on, man, it's not hard. When someone on a level that has some intelligence can lie to me, you know, uh, uh, you know, so they tell him we don't have the firepower. So we're in all kind of. Then we're supposed to, they got us. I mean, I don't even know what the hold is that Israel has on us, but you know, and I mean, we can conject what we think it is, but well, it's all going to come to a head. It's all going to come to a head. The cabal. That's why it's so hard, man. Look at the picture. It's not hyperbole. I thought it was when I first saw it. With Epstein's picture saying they'll never show you, they'll blow up the planet before they show you who my friends are. Come on, man. What's about to happen? They told us in 24 in the beginning, democracy is on the line. But everybody else, that didn't want us to hear that was saying, "Oh, they got TRD, Trump TDR, or whatever they call it, Trump derangement syndrome." No, you do because you're still following this guy. He's the most vile. I had an older white lady sitting next to me at, at the doctor's office, and even she said, "This is the vilest human being I've ever seen in my life." Oh, white lady. We know it, you know it, but he's got the same agenda you got to be the next Hitler. I guess you want to be under his thumb, not me. I'm glad I'm about to check out of this camp. My name is Richard. This is anything, everything, and anything. I'm going to leave Mark Elias democracy docket if you want to know what he's really trying to do. Those things I just said are the truth. This guy is one of the lead. He got his own firm. He started with another firm, and he's got his own firm. And then, before we go, one more thing: these firms that laid down and let Trump come in and bribe them. The ones that didn't, there were 10 law firms, and his firm was one of them. And there's a couple of others, 10 of them actually, that didn't bow down, took him to court, and won. And you can go online and see the ones that did bow down, that are compromised, scared of a coward, man. I don't understand it. Big tough America. That's why we spend so much money on military, on weapons, because we're so big, bad, and tough. And it's always the wimps that send us to war. The guys that have been in the wars, that know wars, never want to just jump into a war. The negotiator. They don't know how to negotiate. You didn't even negotiate. Step in, negotiate, Mr. Art of the Deal, or whatever you call yourself, master negotiator. Oh, woo, we on the way down. Let me get out of here. My name is Richard. I'm going to leave a few links down here. If you want to know the truth, get off Fox, get off all of these people. You can tell on YouTube. I don't need you to tell. They show you the pictures, but they're narrating over the pictures. No, that's you telling me what's going on. I can judge what's going on. Let me hear what they're saying in their voice. Don't tell me what you perceive that they're saying. I mean, most of them are maybe right, but still, that's the problem. We listen to all these people that don't even that have a pea brain or bias. Or bias. If we get rid of the people that handle our fruit and stuff and vegetables, which are mostly Latinos on both areas, which is Florida and here in California, other places too, but the majority of them, because of the climate, uh, will collapse. Will really collapse. Will really collapse. So I mean, we want to go down that road. That's fine. That's what they want us to do. It may be the end times. I don't know. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
The solitary spotlight in my show.